Hello, hello. Last summer I told you to stay tuned because I was working on a tinted moisturizer roundup video. So today's video is just a little bit overdue, but better late than never, right? So if you are excited to see how 9 popular tinted moisturizers work on my very dry 62-year-old skin, throw this video a thumbs up and let's jump right into it. Just a couple of side notes before we get started. You know, in general, during these long, warm, sunny summer days, I very often like to just lighten up my makeup and reach for a tinted moisturizer for an everyday, natural, go-to look. But complexion products can be a little confusing. There are some foundations that have light coverage, there are some tinted moisturizers that have medium coverage, and don't get me started on BB and CC creams. So for the purposes of today's video, I am only including products in this roundup that are specifically categorized as either tinted moisturizers or skin tints. No foundations or BB or CC creams. Today I'm going to be sharing 9 tinted moisturizers, 5 affordable / drugstore, 4 that are a little bit more high-end. I will be very loosely ranking these, doing mini reviews, and I will run some B-roll showing you the application as well as the finish. What I am looking for in a tinted moisturizer is something that's just very natural looking. Light to light medium coverage, natural skin-like satin finish, maybe a little radiant, nothing too matte, nothing too dewy. It doesn't matter to me at all if the tinted moisturizer contains an SPF because I always use a standalone dedicated sun protection every single day. I also always use a standalone dedicated moisturizer. Even the most moisturizing tinted moisturizer usually isn't moisturizing enough for me to skip a standalone moisturizer. So for testing purposes, I used the same moisturizer and the same SPF under all of these products. I used the Vanicream Daily Facial Moisturizer. This is a very lightweight moisturizer. And I also used the Can Make Mermaid Sun Gel SPF 50. Both of these products are very lightweight. The Can Make is not tinted. I wanted to make sure to use lightweight products, not tinted, sort of to even the playing field. Enough preamble. Let's get started with my least favorite tinted moisturizer. And that is the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint. $12 for 1 ounce. This is 4-star rated at Ulta. It does not contain any SPF. It only comes in 8 shades, not that unusual for drugstore tinted hydrators, but you know, I still had to buy 2 shades in order to match my skin. I purchased the shade 110 Fair Light and the shade 210 Light Medium, and I did have to blend these two together to get something that matched my skin tone. It does have a faint scent of coconut, but that is related to the coconut water that this is infused with. I do believe there is no added fragrance, and the coconut scent does disappear. Ingredients include 29% squalane, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, coconut water like I already mentioned, vitamin C and vitamin E. So lots of skin-loving, very hydrating, moisturizing emollient ingredients. Here is what Milani says about this product. They say, this is a next level glowing skin, sheer to light coverage, melts into the skin for an ultra dewy finish. As I applied the Milani, I found the consistency to be very rich, emollient, and creamy, yet it blended easily. It does have very sheer coverage. I wouldn't even say you could build it up to light coverage. Some say it's a dupe for the Glossier. I have never tried Glossier, so I can't speak to that. I've also heard some people say it's a dupe for the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. I have to disagree with that 100%. Charlotte's Beautiful Skin has medium coverage, and this has very sheer coverage, and this is much more dewy than the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin. As far as finish, they weren't kidding when they said ultra dewy. It's just way too dewy for me. Super shiny, almost greasy looking. I was able to take down the shine a little bit with the Kosas Cloud Set powder, but for me, between the ultra sheer coverage, the ultra dewy finish, it just doesn't work for my preferences. Next up is the L'Oreal Paradise Water Infused Tinted Moisturizer. It retails for $16.99 for 1 ounce. It is 4.3 star rated at Ulta, and it does have an SPF of 19. It does have 14 shades in the range, which is much better than the Milani, but the shades run really wonky. The lightest shade is deeper than you're going to think. They run yellow, they run orange. I had to purchase 2. I purchased light fair, and I also purchased light medium. Now the consistency is very, I don't know, moussey and whipped and lightweight. I did have to blend these 2 together on my skin, but yet I think you can still see it does run really, really warm. It does have a light, fresh, floral-like scent, even though I did not see any added fragrance or perfume on the ingredients list, but there is a noticeable detectable scent. Ingredient list. It does have 3.5% chemical SPF and sulazole. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It also says it has 70% water infused with aloe and witch hazel. Now we know aloe can be very soothing, a little moisturizing. Witch hazel can also be anti-inflammatory, but in my opinion, I think witch hazel can be a little bit drying, so I'm a little unsure about the witch hazel. It is oil-free. It does contain glycerin, dimethicone, like I said, aloe and witch hazel, hyaluronic acid. I did not see added fragrance, but it does have a very noticeable, detectable scent. As I was applying the L'Oreal Paradise, I found the consistency to be very light, sort of moussey and gel-like. It is surprisingly buildable. I would call the coverage light to almost light medium. It was radiant, but not greasy looking. It did stay tacky. I did need to powder it down. In general, even though I think you can see it looked pretty nice on my skin, the shades are just crazy. They are way too warm. And there are just other tinted moisturizers I prefer over this one. So for me, this is a product I will not be repurchasing. Next up, a fan favorite cult classic for many, many years, and it is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Natural Skin Perfector. This runs $48 for 1.7 ounces. Sephora has it rated at 4.1 stars, 4.3 stars at Ulta. It does have 20 shades, and I have it in the shade 2N1 Nude. You can see the consistency there. It really, really is a lovely, light, silky consistency. Here is what Laura Mercier says about this product. Perfect your skin with a sheer hint of coverage for effortless, no makeup, dewy finish. Ingredients include, it does have 4 chemical sun filters. Other ingredients to call out: macadamia seed oil, tamarind seed oil, shea butter, glycerin, dimethicone, silica. So really a lovely, lovely, very moisturizing, hydrating ingredient list. Applying this product to my face felt very luxurious. It has a lovely silky texture. It glides on beautifully, very easy to blend. The finish is glowy for sure, almost dewy, and the coverage is sheer to light, just enough to tone down the reds, but no actual coverage. Final thoughts. I wish I had followed my own advice and purchased a mini, because unpopular opinion, for some reason I'm just not in love with this product. Yes, it's silky, it's blendable, it's lovely, but the coverage really is so light. The finish is just a little bit more glowy than my preference. I just have other tinted moisturizers that I enjoy more, especially for the price. So for me, yes, I will use this, but I doubt I will repurchase. This next product, I really haven't formed a final opinion on yet. I've only had it a few weeks, and it is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. This is $48 for 1 ounce, making it the most expensive product I'm talking about today. And Sephora has it rated at only 3.7 stars. It does come in 30 shades, so that's a huge plus. I have it in the shade ST9 Paloma. Comes in a dropper bottle, and you can see it is pretty darn runny. and it has a little bit of an oily feeling to it. You can see it's very, very, very shiny. Ingredients include zinc oxide 12%. Of course, that's where we get the SPF of 40. Although this is not a sunscreen, it is a complexion product. I would not use it as a standalone sunscreen. You know that. Even though the SPF 40 is a very nice bonus, I personally would not use it as a standalone sunscreen. Other ingredients include squalane, shea butter, aloe, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and allantonin. Lovely, hydrating, skin-loving ingredients. According to Sephora, the coverage is light, the finish is dewy. As I applied this to my skin, it did feel lightweight but very oily, for lack of a better descriptor. It did take a little while to work into the skin. I think it does have a light to a light medium coverage. I think it can be built up a little bit. My thoughts on this, again, the jury is still out. Number one, it's really important to give it a very, very good shake before you apply it to your skin. Apply it in very thin layers. If you apply too much, it can get very heavy looking and very cakey feeling. But if you build it up slowly, you get a light to maybe a light medium coverage. It is very dewy. It takes a long time for this product to dry down. Once it dries down, I would say on the border between glowy and dewy. So for me in the summer, this is not going to be a product I'm going to be reaching for. It's just too dewy. But I do think this is a product that might work for my winter skin when my skin is very, very dry. So I am reserving final judgment. It is the most expensive one, so maybe that's why I don't want to give up on it. Now we're getting to the top 5. I enjoy all of these products. I would consider repurchasing all of these products. I'm not going to rank these products because I enjoy each of these products for one reason or another. First up is Neutrogena Healthy Skin Glow Sheer Illuminating Tinted Moisturizer with an SPF of 30. It retails for $10.59 for 1.1 ounce at Target, and Target has it at a 4.3 star rating. I purchased this product last summer upon the recommendation of my cousin. It's her very favorite tinted moisturizer. Shades are terrible. Target only had this in 3 shades. Luckily, the shade 20, Fair to Light, worked for me. So I think the shades do run a little bit deep because I'm more usually light to light medium. Anyway, 20 Fair Light worked for me. There is the consistency. I think you can see it's a little bit thick and creamy. And this is how it looks blended into the skin. So that is the shade 20 Fair Light, and it works well for my skin. Here are the claims on the Neutrogena. A sheer natural finish with a touch of shimmer. The word shimmer worried me a little bit, but I did not detect any sparkle or glitter. And they say it is a lightweight, oil-free, non-greasy formula for normal skin. Again, interesting because I consider my skin to be dry, but in the summer it is more dry, almost normal. Ingredients include homosalate, octosalate, and titanium dioxide. That is where we get the SPF of 30. Also includes squalane, dimethicone, and vitamin A, C, and E antioxidant protection. My thoughts on the Neutrogena: I found it extremely fast and easy to blend. It has a lovely natural sheer to light coverage, dries down really quickly, does not stay tacky, and it does have a nice, radiant but not dewy finish. No powder needed, out the door fast, very natural. I really like it and I would absolutely repurchase it. So thank you, Cousin Carolyn, for the excellent recommendation. This next product has become a cult classic, fan favorite. It is the product that I have used the longest, and in fact, it is the only product so far that I have actually repurchased, and it is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator Skin Veil. It runs about $5 or $6 for 0.91 ounce, and both Target and Ulta have it rated at 4.3 stars. The big problem is the shade range. It only comes in 7 shades, and judging on how popular this is, they really do need to add more shades. Luckily for me, the shade light medium works very well. Ingredients. Wet n Wild is fragrance-free, and they are cruelty-free, and they are vegan. Ingredients on this tinted hydrator, very, very simple. Has squalane, hyaluronic acid, dimethicone. There is no SPF. Here is what the website says about the tinted hydrator. An oil-free tinted hydrator for a one-way ticket to quenched perfection. Buildable, sheer to medium coverage with a semi-matte finish for naturally flawless and nourished glow. And you know, I have to agree with all of that. Definitely flexible coverage, light to medium coverage, and I would call this a satin skin-like finish with just a slight amount of radiance. I find this product extremely fast and easy to blend. Definitely a natural skin-like finish. It does dry down fairly quickly, no powder needed. The Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator has definitely become a cult classic fan favorite for very good reason. Extremely affordable, very easy to use for a fast, easy, natural, out-the-door look. I absolutely love it. Next up in my top 5 is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. It is $14 for 1.45 ounces. And it has a 4-star rating at Ulta. It does have 20 shades. I have it in the shade Light 8N. I think you can see it does have a thin, somewhat runny consistency, and it really does blend very, very beautifully into the skin. Ingredient callouts include coconut water, which is different from coconut oil, so it's still non-comedogenic. It also has hyaluronic acid, dimethicone, glycerin, silica, apple fruit extract. It does not contain any SPF, which, as you know, is fine by me. ColourPop claims, hydrating, oil-free tinted moisturizer with lightweight coverage that evens skin tone. It is cruelty-free and it is fragrance-free. My thoughts on the ColourPop. Extremely easy to blend, feels very light on the skin. Coverage, yes, it is light. I think you can build it up almost medium coverage. The finish, satin, slightly radiant. It does dry down pretty quickly. It does not stay tacky, and I do not feel the need to powder it. Overall, I enjoy this product very much. It is a fast, easy, natural, out-the-door look. This next product I've only had for a few weeks, but it has fast become an everyday favorite. And it is the Tarte Mericer Tinted Hydrator. 1 ounce sells for $20, also available in a mini for $15. Ulta has it rated at 4 stars. Sephora has it rated at 3.4 stars. It does come in 21 shades. And I recently ordered this online when Tarte was having that sale where they had a full face of makeup for $65. So I ordered this online, and the shade is spot on. I have it in the shade 20N Light Neutral. And I think this is one of the few times I've ever ordered online when the shade was just perfect for me. Lovely ingredient list, including maracuja oil, hyaluronic acid, vegan collagen, turmeric, aloe, dimethicone, glycerin, castor oil. It does have some fruit and flower extracts, does not contain fragrance, and no SPF. Here is what the website says about this product. It provides 12-hour hydration and wear, naturally radiant finish that looks and feels like skin. The skin-loving formula delivers light, buildable coverage. I have to say I agree with everything in that description. Super easy to apply and to blend, light to medium buildable coverage, very beautiful natural skin-like finish, dries down quickly, does not need to be powdered down. It really provides a beautiful natural skin-like, slightly radiant yet blurring effect. Definitely my skin but better. Now the finish and the coverage of the Tarte are really quite similar to the Wet n Wild as well as the ColourPop. And for sure the Tarte is a little bit more expensive. However, the Tarte has a really beautiful ingredient list. The shade range is excellent, and I do find the Tarte to be a little bit longer wearing than the ColourPop or the Wet n Wild. Having said that, they're all three beautiful products, and they all three have a permanent place in my collection. Last but not least, and not necessarily my #1 favorite, Even though I have been loosely ranking these products, these top 5 products I love. I can't really choose a favorite, but this is the product that I've been wearing on my face throughout this video, and it is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. It is $37 for 1.7 ounces. It does come in a mini. Ulta has it rated at 4.4 stars, and Sephora has it rated at 3.8 stars. This does come in 20 shades. Even so, I had to purchase it in 2 shades. I have it in the shade Vanilla 02 and Cashew 3.5. And you know, in the summertime, the Cashew probably is a pretty good match for me, but for today's video, I did blend them together to get a perfect shade match. Ingredients include coconut alkanes, squalane, glycerin, plant extracts, silica, energizing mineral electrolytes, and it does have 12% titanium dioxide, which of course is where it gets the SPF of 30. Here is what the website says about this product. A clean, multitasking tinted moisturizer that combines skincare for a naturally radiant sheer to light coverage and SPF 30. As I apply this product, I really enjoy the silky whipped gel cream texture. Even though the consistency is a little bit thicker, it's not heavy. It feels very lightweight, like nothing on the skin. It blends well, the coverage is flexible, light to almost light medium coverage. It does stay tacky for a little while, so it does take a little bit of time to dry down, and I did lightly powder my T-zone. But overall, I really do enjoy the Bare Mineral Complexion Rescue. It is a fan favorite cult classic for very good reason. Oh my gosh, we got through a lot today. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I really appreciate your time. 9 tinted moisturizers. Everything is listed and linked in the description box below, as always. But you know, there are so many more tinted moisturizers and skin tints out there. So please share your favorites in the comment box. I get so many wonderful recommendations from you ladies. And with all that being said, I hope you have a beautiful day and a wonderful week. I really look forward to visiting with you in the comment section, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye to different people. So for the purposes of this, oh my God. Then we have Glowy, which is 5 affordable / drugstore. You know, Finnish adjectives, I can't pronounce that, with mini reviews, and I will also show you the finish is dewy, vegan, cruelty-free, recyclable,